Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to be here with you today. Today's presentation is titled, When a Woman Says She Needs a Break, What It Really Means and How You Should Respond. We'll explore the true meanings behind those words and discuss the best ways to support and respond. Over the next few minutes, we'll cover some key insights that can help improve understanding and communication. So let's get started. You know, few phrases can strike fear in a man's heart quite like hearing, "I need a break." It often seems to come out of nowhere, catching us off guard and leaving us feeling confused, anxious, and scrambling to understand what's really going on. But here's the interesting part. Despite how painful or unsettling it might feel at first, this moment can actually serve as a powerful turning point. It can become one of the most clarifying moments in your love life. So today, I want to show you how these moments of pause aren't just setbacks. They can be opportunities for growth and understanding if we approach them the right way. All right, on this slide, we're going to dive into what it really means when a woman asks for a break. It's important to understand that this request can carry a lot of different emotions and underlying issues. We'll explore why women might make this request in the first place, whether it's about needing space, feeling overwhelmed, or reassessing the relationship. Then, we'll look at how you as a man should respond. The goal here is to handle the situation with self-respect, but also in a way that keeps the door open for the relationship to survive and maybe even grow stronger. Throughout this discussion, keep in mind that understanding the deeper reasons behind a request for a break can help you respond more thoughtfully and constructively, which ties directly into our overall theme of maintaining healthy, respectful connections. When she asks for a break, what does that really mean? Well, a break is basically a pause in the relationship, meant for both of you to reflect on where you stand and what you need. It's different from a breakup because it's more ambiguous. She might not be saying she's done, but she's also not promising she's staying. Now, the conditions of a break can vary quite a bit. Some women will say, "We're exclusive, just apart for now," which suggests they still see the relationship as ongoing but need space. Others might leave it more open, implying that dating or seeing other people could be on the table. And then there are cases where she doesn't specify anything at all, leaving you in a kind of emotional limbo. The key thing to understand is that this lack of clarity is often intentional. It gives her freedom and keeps things uncertain for you. That's why it's so important to set clear boundaries and really understand what she means by asking for a break. Knowing this helps you navigate the situation more confidently and avoid unnecessary confusion. Let's dive into why women ask for breaks, because not all breaks are created equal. There are generally three core scenarios to consider. First, there's the manipulative break. In moments of conflict, some women might say, "I need a break," not because they genuinely want space, but as a way to gain leverage. It's less about truly separating and more about testing whether you'll chase her. She desires reassurance of her desirability and might expect you to panic, plead, or bend to her demands. Next is the gentle breakup. Sometimes, "I need a break" is just a softer way of saying, "I don't want this relationship anymore." Instead of facing a direct breakup and risking a harsh reaction, she offers a temporary pause. This can cushion the emotional blow for you and make her feel less guilty, but in reality, she may already be emotionally checked out. Then we have the genuine pause. There are women who truly feel overwhelmed or suffocated. They might not want to end things outright but need some space to evaluate if they see a future with you. This can be driven by unmet emotional needs, boredom, or even the appearance of someone else. The key insight here is that the real meaning of a break isn't in her words, but in her behavior afterward. If she continues texting, shows affection, and acts invested, it might just be a temporary emotional flare-up. But if she becomes distant, cold, and unresponsive, that's often a first step toward a full exit. So pay close attention to her actions. That's where the true story lies. What should you do during the break? This is actually where most men tend to stumble. The natural male instinct is often to chase, persuade, and try to prove themselves. But here's the thing, chasing doesn't reattract a woman, it actually pushes her further away. So instead, you need to respect her request. If she asks for space, give it fully. That means no calling, no texting, no checking in, completely go no contact. And I want to emphasize this isn't about punishment, it's about discipline. It's about giving her the space to feel your absence and really evaluate her true feelings without your constant presence. During this time, focus on yourself. Use the opportunity to work on your fitness, your purpose, and your social life. This isn't about weakening yourself. It's about becoming stronger mentally, emotionally, and physically. Remember, trying to convince someone to stay only creates temporary compliance. True attraction and commitment come from genuine feelings that are voluntary, not forced. So stay patient, stay disciplined, and focus on becoming your best self during this break. When it comes to understanding how long you should wait, the key idea is that if she truly loves you, things tend to become clear quite quickly. You don't need to wait months for her to realize her feelings. A woman who genuinely values you will usually miss you after just a week or two and might reach out to reconnect. On the other hand, if you find that a month has gone by and she hasn't made any effort to get back in touch, the message is pretty clear. She's likely moved on. Holding on to hope indefinitely isn't a sign of strength. It's more like self-abandonment. Understanding this timeline helps us avoid unnecessary suffering and keeps us focused on what truly matters, recognizing genuine signals of love and respecting our own worth. Remember, patience is important, but so is recognizing when it's time to move forward. So, how can you reattract her? Well, it all hinges on why she asked for the break in the first place. If she was genuinely unsure about her feelings, then your best move is to go back to the basics. Reignite the spark by showing up with energy, confidence, and paying attention to her emotional needs. It's important to demonstrate that you're evolving as a person, not just trying to chase her or appear desperate. Now, if she was manipulating you, that's a different story. In that case, you want to withhold the chase. Show her that you're not someone who bends under emotional games. Sometimes she might come back on her own. If she doesn't, at least you've avoided falling into a toxic cycle. And finally, if she met someone else or has emotionally detached, the hardest but most wise choice is to accept it. Begging or pleading won't bring back the attraction. Moving forward and letting her go is often the best way to preserve your dignity and open up space for something better in the future. Remember, understanding her reasons helps guide your response, and that's what truly matters in this process of reattraction. The deeper lesson here is all about self-respect, and I can't stress this enough. When a woman asks for a break, it's not just about testing the relationship itself. It's actually a test of you, how you handle the situation. Will you crumble under pressure, beg her to stay, and lose your dignity in the process? Or will you stand tall, maintain your self-worth, and show her that you are complete with or without her? This is where the idea of individuality comes into play. Healthy love isn't about losing yourself or trying to control her decisions. Instead, it's about controlling your response. And here's the paradox. Sometimes, the less you try to control or manipulate the situation, the more attractive you become. Attraction is never born from desperation. It comes from strength and confidence. So remember, respecting yourself and maintaining your dignity isn't just good for you. It's also what keeps the relationship healthy and genuine in the long run. So when a woman says, "I need a break," it's never easy to hear. But instead of seeing it as the end of everything, try to view it as the beginning of clarity. It's important to define what that break really means for both of you, to understand her perspective and what she needs at that moment. Respect her space and give her that no-contact time. It's crucial. During this period, focus on working on yourself, not on chasing after her or trying to fix things through constant communication. Remember, accepting the truth of her actions is more important than just listening to her words. Actions often reveal what's really going on beneath the surface. In the end, if she chooses to return, it should be because she genuinely wants to, not because you begged or pleaded. And if she doesn't come back, see that break as a gift, something that freed you from being with someone who no longer values your presence. Strong men understand this fundamental truth. Your self-respect is non-negotiable, even in love. It's about honoring yourself first, no matter what the outcome.